Hello, Lee.
Hey, Virgil, how you doing?
Doing all right. Wishing I could be outside enjoying a beautiful day.
It's beautiful out, isn't it?
You gotta sign in.
Yeah, it's on the chair.
So Matt would say probably no, and Ken's definitely no.
Valerie, yes.
Donald, yes.
She's out again. Kate, what's her? I think she is. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Matt replied to me. He said he, oh wait, I'm getting my groups mixed up.
It was Ken, I know, and, you know, oh. Oh, Matt's a daughter, so yes. And Kathy said yes, too.
Catherine, but she thought she might run late, she had a 5 p.m. consult. And was no, Matt was uncertain. I haven't had a
3:30.
table it until next. I haven't, I started doing that, but
I was like, oh my God, I thought it was.
that's, no.
Hour is it? Well, that was just a second. And then you have to get it a little chart.
But we're not doing any days. Just
That'd be on all my grass right now, but no.
normal grass.
That's where you want? I haven't ordered it.
Well, I haven't either.
And that's tomorrow, so I'll probably make it tomorrow.
Yeah. We don't quite have. It's happening.
You should cut them out.
Yes. We do have.
Not too
four,
bad. How
so
about
we
you?
can start at 6.
Did you all get the email I sent this afternoon with your revisions?
Yes,
I thought they were all really good and it fit well, and anyway, nice work.
Thank you.
I have to say I received it, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
Say that again.
Said received it, but haven't had a chance to look at it
Trust me, it all looks really good.
yet.
Take his word for it.
There you
go.
Ready.
Word is always right. Okay, it's 6 o'clock, we're closing for work for the implementation tomorrow, April 3rd, on April 3rd, 2023. First thing on the agenda, approval of March 6th, 2023 minutes. Is there any discussion? Any changes? Anybody saw anything we could change? I will entertain a motion.
I would make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
We have a motion and a second. All approval, say aye. aye.
Aye.
All four of us, on to new business. Request to declare. Ms. Taylor.
I've got something to offer about Mr. Taylor. He called our office and spoke with David Schilling, who called me. And I took Mr. Taylor's phone number and called him. He's having some travel issues. He's up in the Indianapolis area. He tells me that he at first he admits that the dogs were loose. He did obtain confirmation finally of proof of vaccination for both dogs. Also, he tells me that the dogs have been placed in other homes. He no longer has the dogs. So I told him I would relay all of that to you. And I suppose I would recommend either acting on the information I've given you or put him off to next month's agenda. Either is fine. I asked that I just sent him a text asking him to send me proof of vaccination for the dogs. So yeah, he had some extenuating circumstances that probably had something to do with the dogs getting loose, but they're fairly personal, and I'm happy to share them outside of the public forum for his privacy and his children.
And he no longer has the animals.
Say again?
He no longer has the dogs.
No, he was kind of he's a single father of 3 boys, and he was kind of relying. One of the boys he was having to tend to. The other 2, as you might expect, weren't meeting the standard, and allowed those dogs to get loose. And he gave them the ultimatum that if they were loose one more time, they were going somewhere, to another home, and that's what happened. So seemed like a nice fellow. I kind of felt bad for him.
Well, with that said, and I'll take it from swear opinion if he's here or not. Is that the video you have the dogs on the porch?
Yes,
So,
if we don't own them, it doesn't.
It's kind of a moot point at this.
Right.
Does we have proof that he doesn't own them,
So,
or it's just a statement?
I know that he does not own one of the dogs. I don't know for certain. Peter Linders here.
Is that Dan?
yes.
Mhm.
He was he thinks Dan walks on water. I assured him he was wrong, but I just
We're
kidding.
back. Is that a motion?
So I would either say we table it until next month if we want to confirm that the dogs are no longer, but if we have enough information that we believe it is.
You haven't had a chance.
well,
I mean, I've not had reports of those dogs for some time now, since he got the invitation to be at the meeting. There's been no reports of those dogs. So I do know that one of them was relinquished, which I think was the main culprit. The German Shepherd, very good dog, seem to be more obedient. So I've not had a report since. That makes me believe he probably can get rid of them.
You have a motion to dismiss this?
So I would make the motion to dismiss it, both based on solving a large portion of the problem before the hearing. And then, yeah, the fact that we the case was kind of suddenly brought to our attention and suddenly resolved. Doesn't feel like it's an ongoing habitual in my case. So I would move to dismiss, what's the term we use for not uphold the habitual offender declaration? I don't know.
That sounds good. We have a motion.
I will second
We
that.
have a second. All in favor, so by saying aye.
Aye.
For opposed, by saying nay. Motion carries.
Thanks, folks.
Thanks, Lee.
Second one will be request to declare Richard Quitter on the wall. Aye, come on up. Oh,
Very good.
that just will wait for 1 second. Saturday, sorry. Answer to.
Yes. Ms. Walls declared habitual offender, January of this year. For her dog, Diesel, Diesel, been at large on, multiple occasions. So then on March sixth, Diesel was at large again after the habitual declaration. Diesel's been held here since.
Any questions for Dan?
Okay, so a total of how many do we have? Yes.
I cannot guess, but give me a second. I'll look it up.
Okay,
So I tried to get here early enough to write.
I'm pretty sure there's like 5. Sorry.
We'll go back 24 months.
Yeah, we have, in the shelter record, we have 5 being sheltered.
And
That's
I've been a
just-
time
just
or
coming
two
in.
that I returned the dog, but you may have a couple of those brought in by public.
Yes,
that answered my question. Thank you.
You still have a couple out there?
sweet home Mackenzie's.
Oh,
I have
This is just
4.
shelter.
So I show 4 that I actually, by animal management. Was part of.
And then one from public, so we're a total of 5 in 24 months.
Well, it could be more than that, if the public brought it in 2 or 3 times, and I brought it in 3 of those 4 times, and then returned it 1 time. So a minimum of 4 in 24, well, minimum of 5 in 24 months.
any other questions? Anything else, Dan? Anything else? Ms. Paul, please step up and have a seat, please, share, and state the full name for us, please.
Sorry. Rebecca Wall.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have a real bad runny nose too.
right. When you get to that,
Okay, so I didn't know, I was a visual offender. Yeah, I got a piece of paper in the mail saying that there was gonna be a hearing or something. But I was also told I'd get certified letters and I didn't get any of them. So, but partially that's my fault because, well, it's really my landlord's, but because I didn't have a key to my mailbox. So I couldn't have got them until it took me a year and a half to get my key from my landlord. But he's a puppy still. He got neutered, but so long story short, my boyfriend lives in Bloomfield and he has a privacy fence in their backyard. It's taller than I am. And they have kids and the kids love him. And I wanted to see if it would just be possible to take him there. Because I can't build a enclosure in the trailer park. They won't let me. They won't even let me build a shed, so.
I guess that'd be a boyfriend, take him there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, he said it was fine, he'd be here, but his truck isn't running right this second, and I couldn't get there to get him before this started. I can't believe I made it anyway. I didn't think I'd make it in time.
So yeah, based on,
I know I still have fees and stuff to pay, but
based on prior things then, which was to have it fenced or have something, some sort of enclosure, this would answer that.
yeah.
So do you know how he's getting out?
Yeah, another problem, my door will not stay latched if the deadbolt's not locked, and I have a 12-year-old daughter, and I don't know why she won't lock the deadbolt, but she doesn't. Sometimes it's me, like I'll open the door, but I mean, he jets, like he just wants to be outside, he wants to run, he wants to play, and I can't. I mean, he won't come back to me or my daughter or my fiance because he knows he's going back inside. Unless we go like to McDonald's and get him a double cheeseburger, and I'm just not trying to reward him for running out the door, so.
It would be nice if you get your dog too, that over at your boyfriend's place, and that Dan come check on it.
I can do extra patrol in that area to see if I see the dog there again.
Well,
You're a champ.
but the location where the dog would be going to is in
Green.
Green County.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking for solutions.
Do we currently have your dog?
Yeah, and I've seen all the like reports and stuff, or not reports, but the news about all the dogs that you guys have, and I'm like, oh, maybe they'll get my dog back then. Because I know you guys needed places, and I obviously can't take them because they don't want to stay in my house. But
So, if he is to be picked up from the shelter and relinquished back, is it possible that your boyfriend would be there to pick him up so that he would immediately go, or is he gonna end up going to your house?
he won't go to my house, but I'll probably pick him up and take him to Bloomfield, but I mean, either one of us can, if, I was hoping he'd get to go home today, but I don't figure that's a thing.
That is not out of my purview.
Is
Okay,
that possible for her to get it today?
All right. So in that case, you don't really see yourself giving another animal, do you?
I have cats.
You have cats, okay? good. That's fine.
And they run out, but they just come back pregnant, so they're fixed now.
Okay, good, thank you.
Because I have 5 cats because the mom came back pregnant. Bless her heart.
Are all 5 spayed and neutered?
The kittens are, the 3 girls are, the boy's not, but he can't come home pregnant, but he needs to get neutered. I just haven't had a chance to get him in yet.
Okay.
So,
If not, you can contact NCHA and maybe able to give you a voucher.
Okay.
I'll get that done.
okay, awesome.
'Cause he's the culprit.
Yes.
I
Unlike
heard
females,
cats,
I hear he's the culprit and.
cats and dogs
females
don't
are-
realize that their brothers and sisters are brothers and sisters, I'm guessing, so they'll like impregnate each other or something. So that's why I made sure the girls got fixed before anything. I should have made sure he got fixed, but they can also run out the door and get pregnant. There's stray cats all over the neighborhood, so,
Well, that comes with it all.
sorry.
So. Are we moving on to discussion now?
Yeah, yes, we're discussing.
Given, I mean, I like the idea of a solution for the dog. Dog's very friendly. We've never had an issue with the dog being aggressive. I just wonder if we put something in place.
Advance in case.
Well, if the dog were to show back up here at large, where's our teeth? What's the?
That's a good point. So we could make a motion to hold all the fines in advance for 90 days, give enough time for it that but if the dog were to.
What
show back
the
up here.
fines? I mean, the fines at. What are the fines for this last time? And we're looking,
I don't know that I issued it. off the top of my head, just because
that's what I was wondering. Yeah, this was, so, and when we declared a habitual offender as part of that declaration, we put it in clause that the dog was found running at large and stay here until next week. That's why we're here. So
Right.
Yeah,
there's not really, other than board.
okay.
what we're looking at, yeah. So there's fees, but no citation.
What do you know what the fees are?
A lot. I think they're like 247 plus whatever this last month is for him to be here.
So yeah, so I mean, month of board is, that's not quite 600.
From the shelter's perspective, you need to have that recovered. Is there a way, I mean, I know you would like it, but obviously you would. Is there a way to hold that to some degree or to set up a?
We can, yeah, no, we set up payment plans previously.
Okay, so that is go back there.
How is it 600 though? I there was
That's-
never
that's a-
paperwork.
that's a-
I was just,
No, that's just a rough.
okay,
Doing, again, get your dog back, we'll go through actually.
Right.
everything out, but that's just
Right.
kind of quick, rough.
Okay.
30 days, I don't think it's been 30 days, but.
it's been 4 weeks today.
It's a beautiful, yeah, it's not quite that much.
Any more discussion?
You have a motion that you're in your brain.
I don't have I'd like to put something more severe than we did the last time in, but I also don't know that it's necessarily warranted. I mean, I don't, I mean, I'm always hesitant to pull somebody's dog out of their ownership if it's just a running at large issue. I know we have a safety issue with the dog possibly getting hit. So I don't have a good motion. I mean, I'm fine holding further decisions in regards to the habitual offender next steps.
So possibly what we could do is hold the declaration for a period of,
She's already declared.
oh, she's already declared. Oh, yes.
So I mean, we could just keep, I mean, one option would be just keep it just like we did the last time. The plan is the dog goes away, the dog shows back up again, the dog sits here. We could say the dog shows up again.
We would relinquish ownership.
Well, that would be one thing we would determine.
We could meet again.
Yeah. Because I mean, it being in a different county, we have to rely on it actually happening. We can't go to Bloomfield to determine
Right.
the dog's there. We just, almost by absence of anything happening here, is how we make sure that. But if it's not handled, then it would be a different discussion on what, because this solution seems pretty ideal.
The dog gets attention and needs, it has a secure place to stay. That's what we're asking for.
Right. I'm inclined just to keep the status quo with what we have. But the next time understanding it's picked up, we're gonna have, there's gonna have to be some action done because this didn't work. But if it's not picked up, right?
So officially, that would be a motion of,
Officially be a motion to maintain the current status and rules that we have. And we would, if the dog is picked up again, we would meet and discuss other options, just as we have this time. But understanding to you that the options would be probably more severe, because this didn't work. Hopefully we'll see it in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hope not, because if he's here, then that's not, because I brought him here, so like, I don't know, but he was out at the Vidocs once, and my boyfriend lives right across from the jail, so he took off out there chasing donkeys. He was pretty far then too, but
So I guess to hone it down, the motion would be.
But yeah.
maintain what we have, and if the dog's picked up again, we would meet at the next.
And the fees would be worked out between her.
Yes.
Okay.
Two separate issues.
Okay. Second, or do you want discussion or?
I would second that motion.
We haven't had a second. yet. You did second.
I'll second it.
Okay, nice.
Yes, okay. I'm not feeling.
Okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Anybody who wants to abstain, signify by saying aye. Abstain.
Thing.
Motion carries and passes. So you guys get what's. Legal or just you, Mom?
Just, yeah, you should come show up tomorrow and get you set up.
okay, what are your hours tomorrow? Is it?
We're at 8 a.m.
Okay, I might be too.
All right.
I'm not gonna say I will because I won't make it. So,
Thank you so much.
thank you guys.
Uh,
I can go now?
You can
Yeah,
come
very
in
good.
and welcome to stay as well.
Okay. Well, what all you guys doing?
You've already find out.
I'm gonna sit down now.
A lot of times we sing and dance, but not this.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't sit there.
Okay, that's all we have for the new business. Now reports discussion, animal shelter.
All right, we've had a busy, crazy month. As you probably heard, we took in a large number of dogs from a local breeder turned quarter. We're currently working to put that through. So every chance I get, I like to publicly thank all of our fosters, our volunteers, everybody who show up to adopt so we can get those large number of animals in the door. Brown County Humane and Monroe County Humane Association who agreed to house some of the dogs for us temporarily. Without all that help, there would have been no way it would have gone as smoothly as it did. We've started adopting out some and had some success. We also have a fair number of adults that will take a little bit longer to process through due to either skin condition issues or just slow to trust us, but a lot of them are doing well.
Now, the other animal shelter charge you if you bring them over, they wait, you guys look for each other.
Yeah, so that's an excellent, we're working with each other for that. I should say we've had an outpouring of support, financial support for the care of these dogs. So we're able to actually, which is unusual for us when we beg and plead, we're actually able to reimburse these organizations that have given us their time and their finances and their staffing. So it's been good.
I want to publicly commend you and your staff have
Absolutely.
done a phenomenal job from beginning to end, and this, the fact of keeping the public so involved and aware of what's going on, it's real, it's really, you and your staff should be very well commended for that.
Okay, any more presents on board today?
Is your head big enough today?
Seeing none,
I like to use it today.
Yeah.
Dan, you got anything?
Old business,
You want?
In business,
old business. The Pruitts, that they had to do a secondary containment that we talked about at the last meeting for the dog getting out. I give you an idea of what they come up with, which was their doings. So we'd all talk about putting something on the outside.
oh,
So that looks like so it's done.
Yep.
So they did it by what they were required to do.
okay, great.
Awesome.
And no, I don't know. We're getting ready to get busy. That's all I say is coming.
Legal.
I don't have anything. Just nice work on your amendments that all fit very well in chapter 440. And I really didn't have a whole lot to do, just a couple of very minor edits, but it's all good stuff. Nice work.
Well, I think about implementing discussion. We just got it like 3:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, next month, that could be great. Mhm.
Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah, because I glanced, but I didn't.
I trust that we did a fine job, but we probably don't need to do it.
But I feel more comfortable that I can legitimately say that if I have a chance.
Thank you guys for working on that. I wish our rep knows what we'll look at to kind of be part of that. I wish I had the time to.
It's okay, we're good.
Who's on the implementing discussion? Who is on that?
I'm the animal
I
management.
thought, yeah, I thought we could have said a small group. At least looking at that.
It was Sue Hall and myself. And
Anything else?
I brought this up a few months ago, and I'll just keep bringing it up again. Is there, I mean,
Deer.
just, that's city is deer. I'm not gonna
Oh,
bring
that's
that up
right.
to county. If there's any other ordinance improvements that we want to look at, we should make sure we're thinking of those. I don't have any to share. I just want to throw that out there.
I do think it's gonna be important as we go through this to read. I think the flow chart is extremely helpful. To ask Ken to look to do that again if we move forward on this, just because I do think it helps clear some things and also makes it for the public a lot easier to follow, of kind of what the process is and the outcomes that come with it.
I would make a motion that we commission Ken to do that.
I would too. He can do it at home, so.
All right. Seeing nothing else, I take a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, general public. Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn. Okay,
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
next second.
I'll say.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Evening, folks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Baker, is it Mr. Baker?
Yes,
I was hoping to address y'all just for a few minutes.
We don't have.
Is there, would you prefer to get on the agenda? We can actually have them on there?
Yeah, is it about anything we talked tonight? Or is this a separate issue?
It was my understanding that, do you no longer allow people to
No comments?
address the commission?
No. Only about the items on the agenda.
When was that instituted?
This month.
If you want to do something, if you want to put in writing what you would like to have that to be, then we can look to put that on the agenda.
Well, I was here a few months back and I made a recommendation, but I did not make that in a formal way. And,
Okay, is that
I
something
was
that you-
hoping to submit just a short, formal
is that something
recommendation.
you can send to us, and that way the commission has plenty of time to read it ahead of time and,
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
We,
um,
if you wanna leave it with me, I'll disseminate it to.
Yeah, and I
So
think
legal
I
and
have
legal.
Officer Brown, are you Officer Brown?
Mm-hmm.
I think I have your email. I can send you an electronic copy that you could forward to everyone.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
I put my email on here so that, instead of me coming back every month to try to find out
Gotcha.
what was instituted.
but then that way, members who are not here, which we have several who are here, everybody has it.
I guess I do need to ask for people on an agenda because there's another thing I was hoping to address and now I can't, so.
If you want to submit that to legal, to, American, where they.
That's part of the issue is that, Mr. Baker's not responding to my emails.
Okay.
I think you're gonna know your avenues of why. Nothing up for it.
I'm just trying to, exercise my civil right as a citizen of Monroe County.
Absolutely.
And I've not been able to do that. I've been prevented from doing
Is this
that.
still, is this in regards to the incident that had happened years ago?
This is in regard to an ongoing inability to communicate with the reporting officer.
Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, we can disseminate this and review this. Some of that stuff is an internal policy that's not under our purview.
Yeah, and I
And we've
understand
had
that.
discussion before, so,
I would prefer not to try to do this way, but I'm not. The public servants that are supposed to be responding to my communication or inquiry are not doing
Is this
that.
not the dog next door touching your fence?
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll enter this so it can go to all the entire commission. And then that way we can look to see if they're, to have it on the agenda at that point in time. But then if there is, and we probably need to find out if there's no response happening, there may be a reason for that. And we don't know that.
Right.
So we would need to find that out.
Yeah, I'm sure that you don't know the reason, and I'm sure that no one here was involved in the matter that in a way that would allow them to know the reasons. So,
Several of us have been here for a while and are aware of
yes,
this
but
case.
that's part of the
And that's all
issue
I'm
is
saying.
that you don't know, you weren't aware of what occurred. And that's part of what instigated my recommendation, but also the reason why I'm here trying to make inquiry. Because there's a wall
Okay.
that I don't think is really, I don't think it's legal. I don't think it's legal for the county to deny me even to make a request.
So the only thing I can say is if the matter has been discussed amongst this commission and there was an opinion that was ruled,
Yeah,
at that point in time, then it is done.
there wasn't,
by this
because
commission.
it's not having to do with the commission at this time.
Well, in that case, we'll take a look at that and.
Yeah, that's one thing, and then this other thing is about me not being able to communicate with the responding officer on an incident that occurred in which the legal department then stepped in to prevent any communication between me and that
And
officer.
unfortunately, I think because it's a forum here,
We need to.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So we have to,
With that, you were advised to seek professional,
You want to talk to me?
with an
Well,
attorney.
that's why I'm here, because I
Yeah,
need to
we're
know
not
why.
attorneys, nobody here is.
No, but I need to know why, because if I contact an attorney, what do I tell